All right, what is going on, you guys? Happy Friday night. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian, and this is my real quick recap of what went down tonight at TNA's Under Siege 2025. On the countdown to Under Siege, Rosemary defeated Zaya Brookside via disqualification. When Zaya Brookside used a belt that Rosemary had brought into the ring, and Zaya wound up getting her hands on the belt and using it on Rosemary, showing off her evil side, that she can be evil as well. So that was pretty much it for the countdown show. Then on to the main show itself. The opening match of the main show saw Mike Santana defeat Casey Navarro, who was substituting for the apparent injured AJ Francis, who was supposed to face Mike Santana tonight at Under Siege, but due to injury, but that was a ruse. Um, Mike Santana defeated Casey Navarro. Eddie Edwards defeated Cody Deaner in a match that Cody Deaner had to win in order to get TNA management to renew his contract with TNA. So Eddie Edwards was victorious. So that means Cody Deaner no longer with TNA. Uh, Eric Young in the Northern Armory uh, defeated the System. Moose, the X Division champion, Brian Myers, and JDC. When Eric Young defeated Moose, or pinned Moose, with the pile driver. Spitfire is no more. They lost tonight in their rematch for the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships as they were defeated by Ash and Heather by Elegance, who had help not only from their personal concierge, but also Maggie Lee, who interfered. Mustafa Ali, Tasha Steeles, and the Great Hands, John Schuyler and Jason Hotch, otherwise known as Order 4, they defeated the Rascals, Indy Hartwell, and Raj Singh, who was replacing Ace Austin. There was news earlier this week that Ace Austin has parted ways, departed TNA due to them not coming to an agreement on a new contract as far as his contract and stuff is concerned. Ace Austin, hopefully wherever he ends up going, it becomes a big name and does well for himself. But Raj Singh replaced Ace Austin in this matchup, and it was Raj Singh who wound up losing this match to Mustafa Ali via the 450 splash. Then we saw Tessa Blanchard defeat Ariana Grace in a match that I really didn't care for. Masha Slamovich is still the TNA Knockouts World Champion. She defeated Victoria Crawford, formerly Alicia Fox, in the WWE. And she survived interference from, well, not only did she survive an onslaught from Victoria Crawford, but also survived interference from Robert Stone of NXT, who apparently is the now sheriff, or has appointed himself the sheriff of TNA, and calls himself Sheriff Stone. And apparently he is overlooking and keeping an eye on Santino Marella as director of authority and all this stuff, and is going to be making matches and overruling Santino and reversing any decisions he does. So that is it for that. We did hear that apparently management has made a match between Robert Stone and Santino Marella. I believe for Thursday on Impact, I believe, or could or I know they made a match between those two. Um, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Um, we saw the Nemeths, Ryan and Nick Nemeth, retain the TNA World Tag Team Championships against Matt Hardy and Leon Slater, who was substituting for Jeff Hardy in the Hardys contractual rematch. And then in the main event, we saw Elijah and the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Joe Hendry defeat Frankie Kazarian and Trick Williams of NXT. Of course, this Sunday at Battleground for WWE Battleground, Joe Hendry will be defending the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against Trick Williams on an NXT event. In my opinion, they could have done, since I no disrespect to this to the WWE NXT TNA partnership, but I feel like I kind of agree with some people say that WWE is getting way more out of this deal than TNA is. I mean, yeah, they're getting exposure for their talent and stuff, but if you have another company's championship, and this is the same thing with AEW and I know they have a working relationship with New Japan, and in the past, one of the past Forbidden Door events, they had the IWGP Championship on the line. But in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I feel like they could have done Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry tonight at Under Siege. They could have done that. Not have it on a WWE event, but because it's an NXT star, that's fine. But the thing about it is, it's a TNA championship. Why wasn't it defended on a TNA pay-per-view event or a TNA event? Why does it have to be on a WWE event? Now, unless Trick Williams is going to win that title on Sunday, why you couldn't do that? Why you couldn't do that matchup tonight? I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. I feel like they could have done the TNA World Title match on the TNA event Under Siege tonight. But it is what it is. But yeah, overall, my thoughts on the event. It was an A-OK event. I watched it on Triller TV. It costs $9.99 to purchase the event on Triller. So it is what it is. I think it's free for TNA subscribers on TNA Plus, but I decided to watch it on Triller TV. So it is what it is. But I thought it was an A-OK show. Of course, tomorrow night is Saturday night's main event. I'm going to be watching that along with another event that is coming on tomorrow night for a independent promotion. It's AC Wrestling, I think it is. Let me double check. Sorry guys, I'm just going to double check something real fast. I know Saturday night's main event for WWE is happening tomorrow night on NBC and Peacock. Yeah, ACW Aftershock 2025 happens tomorrow night. It's gonna be featuring Matt Cardona, Tommy Dreamer, Moose. Richard Holiday is going to be defending his ACW Heavyweight Championship against Matt Cardona. There's going to be a lot of other matchups as well. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But I'm going to be watching that and watching Saturday night's main event as well tomorrow night. And then, of course, Sunday night is AEW's Double or Nothing, and as well as NXT Battleground. I'm probably not gonna be able to watch either one of those shows because I have to go to work early the next morning, so I'm not gonna be able to watch both events. But I will be watching Saturday night's main event tomorrow night, as well as ACW's or Awesome Championship Wrestling Aftershock 2025 tomorrow night. So I'll be having recaps of those events for tomorrow. But with that in mind, this has been my recap of TNA's Under Siege 2025. Of course, I am Brian, and I will see you next time.